plugged in to Acute Mania Live. Here's your host, Scott Arnold.
Welcome. Hello. Welcome to Acute Mania Live.
Scott.
I'm sorry we had a technical issue, but damn it, we're here. Nice to have you, Hunter, from the Jaded Lips.
Thanks for having me, Scott. It's good to be here, man. Sorry about the technical glitches, everybody.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on. If you can't hear Hunter, just listen more, listen better, or something. Well, my mom's
I've never zoomed before, so you're popping my cherry.
well, good. I'm glad a lot of people, I've taken a lot of people's virginity on here. I think in 5 years, I'm gonna have to go back and count. I mean, there's been several. I have to check myself for.
The first time is not always the best.
I might have to go get myself checked for bumps. You know what I mean? Something.
Just because I look like a doctor doesn't mean I am one.
I did have a band on here called We're Not Doctors. They're really good from New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they all wear like surgical scrubs and stuff?
Well, there's only two of them, and no, they don't. But they think that they said that their music is deservable of a PhD, and it really is. It's really good. But yeah, you check them out. They're a really good band. Just two guys.
Oh, well, I mean that's better than them saying that their music is deserving of a colonoscopy.
Yeah, because nothing's deserving of that. I mean, speaking of colonoscopy, though.
Hopefully.
Speaking of colonoscopy, I have a brief story to tell, and I won't spend too much time on this. I was in the hospital last week. I went to the ER on Thursday because I couldn't get out of bed. Like physically, I couldn't raise up because like I had this really horrible pain in my left abdomen. But it was like a muscle. It was like a pulled muscle. I couldn't like breathe, like take a deep breath. Anyway, so I went to the ER, and like 17 scans later, I have pancreatitis. But they admitted me for like 2 days, so that sucked. But it wasn't a colonoscopy, so that's a plus.
Yeah, but I mean, are you feeling better? How are you?
I am. I'm feeling a lot better. Yes, it just sucks getting used to this. I'm a little guy. I'm pretty skinny, and there's no reason that I've ever had to go on a diet at all. And I'm on a diet. Like I can't eat anything that's like high in fat. Like I can't eat freaking McDonald's anymore. Like I used to be able to just eat it just because I don't gain any weight ever.
Dude, that's not a bad thing. Like you should not eat McDonald's because
anything. Like I can eat mashed potatoes, but I can't put gravy on it. Like what's the point? There's no point to eat mashed potatoes then. No point.
Well, I mean, listen.
Right?
One of my favorite things is hot sauce. I think you could substitute the hot sauce for the
I
gravy.
could.
Be just as good.
Yeah, but see,
But maybe not, though, if you're having stomach issues.
right, and a lot of it's like I have heartburn issues too. Like before that, I still do. So I'm not really that into spicy food, but like mild, I can tolerate. Like a good medium salsa. Mm-hmm. Medium salsa.
Medium salt, like the mild salt, not like the
mild's too sweet for me.
Bring in the heat.
Yeah. Like the hot is too much. I want to be able to taste it. The mild is just a little bit too wimpy, but the medium is like it's just got enough.
You're saying you want flavor, but not too much heat, but you don't want too much flavor.
Yes, sure.
I don't know if they've invented a hot sauce yet for
I have jaded lips. I can't handle that heat. You know what I mean? Hey, check this out. Check this out. I got this in Pittsburgh at Mr. Small's. When was that? A month ago? Something like that? Wasn't too long ago, I don't think.
That was like last month. Yeah, that was our first time ever playing at Mr. Small's Theater with Rattlebones and Drowned in Deep and 3 Leagues to Rome.
Yes.
All fantastic people.
Paul from 3 Leagues to Rome, they're good buddies of mine, and as soon as I posted that last night, he sent me a message. He said, "About time." I was like, "Well, I mean, I found the ticket today. The ticket from the show."
Nice.
I keep things like it's memorabilia, Memorabilia.
You know what? Hold on. Let me check over here. I think I might still have.
Memorabilia.
I got the old.
Oh, nice.
Got
Yes.
concert flyer.
Yeah.
3 leagues.
Hell
3
yes.
leagues to Rome.
Yeah, those are my buddies. The Lips. All right.
Awesome.
Tell us a little bit about the Lips.
Fantastic.
Tell us a little bit about you guys. I know a little bit about you, just a little bit in the bio and stuff. But like, how did this begin? Were you guys all friends and stuff like back in the day? And just tell us all about you guys.
Do you want the long story or the shorter story?
Whichever. Give us the medium story.
Interesting, but
just give us a medium story.
Go medium.
Yeah.
Just like that salsa.
Yeah.
Okay. So the band is myself. I'm Hunter. Everybody watching. There's Mike, who is vocals, lead guitar. Dave, he's the drummer Dave. And we just picked up our buddy Greg. He's also playing guitar with us. So started out like I've been friends with Mike for 15, maybe like at least 15 years now. Like we go way back, and always we played in a couple different bands together over the years, a couple times, but we always had the same taste in music. Always liked playing together. Always liked writing songs together, and right before COVID, we were in a band, but it just wasn't working out. Classic story for so many bands, just not everybody on the same page.
For sure.
And then COVID hit, and there was like literally nothing to do. And so I was writing songs, he was writing songs, and we would just constantly like email each other back and forth little demo recordings and stuff. And then I said to him one day, like, hey, like we should just start a band.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. He's like, who's going to sing? And I said, you are, but because he had never been a lead singer before, but I always knew he could do it. Like listening to like the recordings and stuff. I knew that he was going to be a fantastic lead singer. And so I convinced him, like, let's just take our songs and just put a band together. And then we recorded a couple things. And then I knew Dave. He had been around town for years, and I've been friends with him, and he played in a bunch of different bands. But he was like that guy, like in high school, who was like way too cool. That you're like,
oh, one of those, yeah.
Man, I wish I could be friends with him. Like, I really wanted to play in a band with him, but he was just like so good. I was like, there's no way he's gonna want to play with like a couple weirdos like us. I ran into him at a show, and I just asked him, and he was like, yeah, sure. And I sent him some recordings, and he's like, so I love this. Like, so I'm in. I'm in. I was like, yes, absolutely. And we had auditioned like 3 or 4 guys like before that, but like just couldn't find the right guy. But when the 3 of us all got together in the basement and started playing, like it just clicked. It was like, like the light bulb goes off and like the heavens open, and that was it. And then that was back in 2021. And since then we've been gigging, recording, putting out singles, albums, music videos, all that stuff. And then a little over a year ago, we were opening for the Clarks at Jergels in Pittsburgh.
Jergels is nice.
We had played with them before up in State College, but for that show, we were talking about like, well, maybe we should get like a second guitar player just to help fill out the sound and help a little bit, little extra pizzazz.
Yeah, gotta have that.
And we knew Greg. We'd all been, all known and been friends with Greg for a while, and he was available. He usually played in like 3 or 4 different bands around town, but he had nothing going on. And then we had him come play the show with the Clarks with us, and he's never left. So
hell yeah! Was that show after the Pittsburgh show that I saw you at?
That was before. That was before Thanksgiving of 2023.
So he was there too? I can't remember. I just can't remember. I can't remember that.
Since the end of 23, we've been a 4-piece.
Nice.
Yeah.
It seems like
crazy too, because like usually like start off, you play smaller shows or gigs or whatever, but like at
Yeah.
least for Greg, like his first gig with us got to be like Pittsburgh opening for the Clarks. So, you know,
A little bit nervous,
had to break him.
guys.
A little bit nervous, a little bit. Broke him in the right way, you know.
It seems like
No pressure, man.
I want to say
Sold out show, no pressure, dude. Don't.
yeah, no, yeah, don't fuck up. This is your test right here, buddy.
Yeah.
No, when I was like about a couple weeks before that show at Smalls, I went up to Greensburg, PA. A buddy of mine's doing my he's mixing and mastering my electronic album and some things like that, and some things I'm doing. But TK Mundock from Dream the Heavy, he's the lead singer of Dream the Heavy from Pittsburgh.
I know TK, yeah.
I told him that I was going to that show with
great
Three Legs
band.
to Rome and the Jaded Lips, and he goes, "Oh, the Jaded Lips." I was like, "Do you know them?" And he's like, "Not like personally." He's like, "I just know of them. I haven't seen them play, but their music is phenomenal." I was like, so I was excited. I was like, because I'd heard of you guys too. So like, and I'm in West Virginia. I'm not even in Pittsburgh. So you guys are the name is getting out in channels. It's getting out.
So can I ask where at in West Virginia? Are you?
I'm about 30 minutes south of Morgantown.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with Morgantown. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really, really cool area. I'd love to play some shows in Morgantown, but like they have a cool little music scene there. Kind of like
They do, yeah.
Kind of like Pittsburgh, you know. It's pretty diverse.
Yeah, I lived up there for a little bit, and yeah, it's a cool place.
That's crazy though that like you heard about it. I mean, TK I can understand because TK, this is before COVID, but TK played in a band with a buddy of mine, actually like two other guys that I know, from here in Altoona, and like I had seen them play. Old band I was in with Mike. We played like a festival or two.
Was that the Black Cat or whatever he was in?
And then, yes, they were called Black Cat Moan.
That's right, yeah, Black Cat Moan.
And they were like a blues classic.
I don't see TK doing blues ever. Like knowing him now, like I didn't know him then.
Like I love TK. He's a great dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, amazingly talented, awesome artist, not just as talented artist as well. So I mean, if he watches this, I hope he knows I'm saying this with love.
I'll send it to him. I'll send him a clip.
I'll be honest. But Black Cat Moan was kind of like if you took like Sun House, old 1920s blues, but then had the Bee Gees singing over top of it.
Oh, he'll love to hear that. He'll love
kind of how it was. But but it was cool. I mean, like you know.
I met him also through Three Legs to Rome, which is crazy because that's how I met you guys through Three Legs to Rome. But they did a show with Three Legs at Club Cafe about it was cold, so it was like over the winter a couple years ago, I think. But
Dream the Heavy?
Yeah, Dream the Heavy, yeah. Yeah, so I met them at that show, and I met you guys at your show with Three Legs to Rome. I just now realized that.
So Three Legs is like the glue that connects it all.
Yeah, kind of.
Those guys are awesome.
I don't know if they want me to say anything, but I'm going to do it anyway. They just got out of the studio, with the same studio that I go to, the same guy that does my stuff. With something. That's all I'm going to say. That they have something. Getting ready to release. So, it's really good because I've heard it.
Is it going to be an album or is it going to be a single?
It's just going to be a single, but it's freaking. And those guys really aren't that, like at all. But this is
like this.
Yeah, like metal.
We're like throwing up like the Van Halen.
Not quite that. Not quite. No, it's more like Slipknot.
Because they have like a cool like groovy jam kind of thing,
It's kind of like Slipknot.
Some of their grooves. Oh, it sounds like Slipknot.
Very similar, yeah, very very similar. It's a cross between Slipknot and Ice Cube.
You had me at Ice Cube.
Yeah, I know. I figured I did.
It was a good day.
Oh, and the Bee Gees. The Bee Gees are in there. You can hear a little bit of Bee Gees in there with it.
Listen, I love the Bee Gees. I feel like I don't know. That's like my guilty pleasure is like
What
70s disco Bee Gees.
what are your influences? Not
I
to put you on the
mean,
spot or anything, you know.
no, it's okay. I mean, hey, if we're talking about music, I love talking
Yeah.
about. I mean, like, I love a lot of different stuff. I mean, like, I love, I love like rock music, classic rock. I mean, like, hey, look, the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, those are my two
You
favorite
have to.
bands.
Yeah.
I love this. I love the Stones, but I love me some like Prince. Love, man, Sly Stone, all that like 70s funk, like 70s Stevie Wonder. I love Al Green. Um, like
That's a
I like that
plethora.
school, but then I also love. I mean, I do love me some blues, even
Yep.
like the old traditional stuff, like
Now
Little
you're the
Black
bass player.
Sabbath.
You're the bass player in the band, right? So,
I also love like I mean I grew up in the 90s, so like Pearl Jam's one of my favorite bands.
oh
Saw
yeah.
them in Pittsburgh just a month ago. I love like the Pixies, um, you know, the White Stripes, the Strokes, indie stuff like The Cure and the Smiths. I mean,
Very well rounded. Very well
it's all,
rounded.
it's all a tapestry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you play
um,
bass in Jaded Lips, right?
I do.
And
I
you were
do
the.
the
I
bass
remember you were
vocals.
the funkiest, danciest dude up there. I mean, all of you guys were into it, but like you were like really into it. I was like, I gotta meet that guy. That's awesome. Because like, just because I don't have very good stage presence. Our band's only played one show, but like that's something that I'll work on. And I'm the vocalist, so I have to. I'm not gonna be like TK and like do somersaults and shit, but like, you know, I gotta give some kind
I was
of
gonna say,
presence.
you want to talk about
He's
you want to talk
very
about
active.
stage presence, TK.
He'd be a good
I
mentor.
mean, that dude is he's like I try to steal like stage moves from Prince. He's like
you,
perfected it. Like I've seen him
you,
like slow crawl and like
you
almost
guys
like
should do a dance
off the
off.
floor.
You guys should do a dance off.
I don't know, man. I think he could outdance me. I mean,
I don't
I can
know.
only do like
I don't know.
I
Because
can
I
do
mean,
maybe
he's
Abbey
not.
Road's
But see,
Sleeping
like he's not
Beauties.
playing an instrument, but you're playing the bass up there, and you're still bebopping like a son of a bitch. So like, I think you could take him, honestly. I really do.
I don't know. It might be a close call.
But
I'd give it my best shot though. But I mean, like, but the thing is though, is like since he's the singer, like in the middle of his dancing, he can be like, "Come on, people," like and do like
well, in
sing
the
along
dance
and
off,
like
you guys can switch places. Just hand him a bass or something to carry instrument wise, and you act like you're a vocalist, and that'll then he can really see what it's like. Can he play guitar? Do you know?
TK. Are
Can
you
he
listening?
can he play guitar? Does he?
I don't know. I've never talked to him if he plays guitar. I've only ever talked to him about singing. But
Not
I
dancing?
remember one time we we
I'm gonna
talked a little bit about dancing.
I'm gonna text him and tell him
We
that we're talking about him on the show.
it's funny. The first time I met him, because he was playing in Black Cat Moon, and I was friends with Rob, the drummer, and the bass player, and like I was just afterwards like BSing with him, and like we were comparing Skinny Jeans and talking about like our favorite like Prince B
Yeah.
sides, like deep cuts and stuff, and like we were like having like a weird long hair dude rock and roll nerd out fest. But yeah, I was like, hey man, and like jewelry.
Oh,
'Cause he's
he's
the only
got
other dude I
yes.
know. He's the only dude I know who's got like more jewelry than me. So I was like,
Yeah,
hey
he's
man,
got
that's a nice piece. Where'd
yeah.
you get that, man? Yeah, I like that sexy belt buckle with those buttons. Yeah.
Who's got the better wardrobe? See, I mean, we're gonna have to do a show with just you and TK, and we're gonna have to get to the bottom of this stuff. You know what I mean?
There's times where I know that if he's gonna be there, I will specifically not wear an outfit just because I don't want to like cramp his style.
Well, yeah,
I'm like,
you don't
listen,
want to, yeah.
there can only be one dude wearing like a velvet shirt at a show
And
at
it,
one time.
and you know it's gonna be him.
Of course. I'm not gonna, and he like lives in Pittsburgh, so like if I'm
Yeah.
playing in Pittsburgh, I'm not gonna. That's his territory.
I just sent him a
I'm not
text
gonna
message.
interfere with that.
I just sent him a text.
Did you?
I said I'm currently on my show with Hunter from the Jaded Lips. We're talking about you because I know that's how he'll
It's
read
all
it because
good.
that's how he talks. He's the man though. I love TK. Me and him did
I love TK too.
I did I was working on an electronic track, and it needed some kind of vocals, like just something. And so I sent it to him. I was like, "Can you do anything with this?" And
Yeah.
it took him 2 days, and he was done with it. He said, "I'm done." I said, "Well, don't send the track to me. Send it to Benjamin Hall does the mixing." I said, "Just send it to him."
Yeah.
And I'll play a little bit of it so you can hear it. It's just a snippet of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's
Let's listen to it.
like it's so not TK style, but it is. Like it's you mentioned Prince. It's kind of he kind of went that vibe with it. But like it wasn't what I was expecting at all. Okay, check this out. Listen to his verses here in a second.
It's Friday and the city is barking. Come, you want a piece of me? It's raining and the cabbies are honking.
All right, if you want to hear the rest of it, you have to go listen to it. You have to go listen somewhere else. I'm not gonna play the whole thing.
It's raining and the city is barking. Come on, see me.
Is my
I think
microphone?
that's what he said.
I can't hear my. There I am. Okay.
That was
lyrics,
good.
the lyrics still aren't loaded up, but he says I have them right here. It's kind of about. He told me it was about like sitting on your porch and with a friend drinking mushroom tea.
Ooh.
Well,
Well, I mean, that's one way to spend a Tuesday.
I mean,
Sure.
something. Here it is. It's Friday and the city is barking. Come, you want a piece of me. It's raining and the cabbies are honking. Even wheels stand still on these streets. It's very, yeah.
TK, what's up, buddy?
But it's just, you have to listen to the entire thing.
No,
because
that was
it's-
interesting. Like I've never heard him do.
Me neither.
Uh,
It's very sexual.
electronic
It gets
stuff like
sexual
that.
towards the more you go. And it just kind of threw me off. It really did. But yeah, he did. He did a great job on it.
That can be a fun way to write, though.
And I had him do the cover for it,
It's supposed
so
to be dirty.
he did the artwork cover, and it's badass. So, you know,
Oh, he's a great artist as well.
he is.
Yeah. But yeah, sometimes writing stuff to try to be dirty can be fun. Like our song "Testify," which I don't know if you listened to our
Yeah.
or not.
Mhm. Of course I did. Of course I did.
Song. Well, that was a song that Mike wrote. He was missing like a verse or two, but he was like trying to make like a sexy Barry White song, and, and he needed a couple lyrics for the one verse, and so I went and like tried to make it like as like dirty as possible, but like in a classy way. So
You kind of like have to
yeah,
like mask
it's
the dirtiness, you know, somehow.
wow. There's a line in there about thighs. I like legs and thighs, you know.
I mean, you know,
But like when you're writing lyrics, you know, it's nice to give yourself like a challenge sometimes of you know, and like, you know, Mike had the great idea of trying to write like a groovy rock song like Barry White. You know, that's a genius idea. I think
it is a genius idea.
because, you
I-
know, that's always a fun song to play. And you know what's crazy is like I mean, whenever, you know, like if you play a show and like afterwards people are like, "Oh, I love that one song you did, blah blah blah." That's a song that I'm surprised there's dudes who really like that song. I thought it was going to be like all ladies.
Well,
but
they're probably
there's-
using it in the bedroom.
there's-
They're- Maybe. I mean, you're never gonna know unless they tell you. You know.
Want to listen to some Testified by the Jaded Lips. Yeah.
That's right. I mean, once you say the Jaded Lips, you would assume that she would go, yes, you know? It doesn't matter what the song's called. It's the Jaded Lips, damn it. You know? My mother texted me.
I'm stealing that now.
What?
That's going to be like part of my promotional now. Like, hey, ladies, how can you resist the Jaded Lips?
I mean, look at them. Like you could really, yeah.
Right.
Or just get like something to put your lip, get some rub, make your lip stick out like Bubba Gump, you know, like.
Oh. Well, what we should do is we should do, like, you know, like McDonald's in like Dubai, like they sell like a Big Mac, but it's like whatever, like the delicacy is that. Like, we should put like a Jaded Lips like poster in like Alabama with like the chew.
Yeah, you'd probably get a shit ton of followers.
Yeah.
just because of the chew.
For Canada, just have like somebody missing a tooth, like they're playing hockey. Right?
No, that's got to be Britain. Not Canada. Canada has free healthcare. Their teeth are great. Hey, I want to play one of your songs because I like to do this at the beginning anyway. I like to do this at the beginning anyway, so people can they need to understand how good this is. And the other thing is, though, my mother said that the intro was a little bit distorted on her end. She's watching from home, so I'm going to have her. I'm going to try to do something. I have a fan running over here in the corner of the room, and I'm thinking, because it's plugged in behind me, I'm thinking it's messing with the thing. So I'm going to see if it goes away when I do that. But let's play Whiskey Breath. You want to do that?
Good choice.
Do you want to tell us what the song's about before we listen to it? Do you have any idea?
I'll be honest with you. Like, I was just trying to write a really cool, groovy rock song, and like it was like one of the few times in my life where it took me like 20 minutes. It was just like real quick, and then it ended up being like an awesome song. But I mean, hey, you know, your typical like bluesy rock song, like "Woman Done You Wrong," and you know, sometimes, you know,
between this song and "Loose Change." Between this song and "Loose Change" are my favorites, and that's why I was like, the two songs that you picked to play on the show, I was like, well, yes, because that's what I would have picked, you know. So,
I just literally picked the two top songs on Spotify.
Yeah,
you a Spotify guy? Or
I'm an Apple Music guy.
Deezer guy.
I'm an Apple Music guy.
You're an Apple? Okay.
And
iPhones, iPod, iTunes, all that.
Yep. I have a MacBook.
I'm not an Apple guy. Steve Jobs rubbed me the wrong way for some reason.
Well, he didn't see the Jaded Lips. He didn't see the Jaded Lips in you.
I don't think he would be a fan.
I think he would be a fan of Whiskey Breath.
He'd be like, hey,
or Loose. Actually, he would be a fan of Loose Change.
Like,
I'm sure he's got some loose change.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
give me your money.
A little bit.
Well, of course he does. He had those Chinese kids making his phones for him.
And damn it, they did a great job, you know?
They did. They've been making people happy for 20-some years now.
Give them a round of applause.
Anyway.
All right, let's listen to Whiskey Breath. You ready? Let's listen to Whiskey Breath by the Jaded Lips. This is awesome.
Let's do it.
Who was playing the keys in that? Or was that keys, or was it all like a guitar effect?
No, those were keys. We recorded our first album at this studio in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, called the Kaleidoscope, and
Okay.
and guys were super cool. Ben Roth and John Smith were the guys.
Ben
who were leader,
Roethlisberger?
and
Was it Ben Roethlisberger? Yeah.
no. This guy's name is Ben Roth, and he's got like a man bun, and he plays like a
Oh.
hardcore punk band. Yeah, definitely not Roth. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Sorry about that.
anyway, so we were recording all these songs, and there was a couple tunes where the three of us had been like, oh man, it'd be really cool if we had like some keys, like some 70s like soul. And I remember saying to him, like, do you know anybody that can play like some 70s like soul keys? And he's like, I know a dude. And he like calls up this guy 5 minutes later. It's like big, like old, like African American guy comes in. He's like, hey, I heard you need some keys. And he recorded, he did like 2 takes of like, there was like 3 songs. He played on like Testify and Whiskey Breath and Black Lashes. And he did like 2 takes of each. And then the funny thing was, we were doing the playback. He fell asleep. He fell asleep like in his chair. He's just like chilling out. He's like, "Yeah, all right, you guys are cool." And then he fell asleep. Like, fell over. And I was like, "Oh, hey, you know." Yeah.
Did you ask him to join the
So
band?
I said to him, because he plays in like 2 or 3 bands out in Lancaster. I was like, "Hey man, like, if you ever want to come jam with us?" He's like, "Yeah, man, like you guys are like fucking cool. Like I'll play with you guys anytime." But we've never had the opportunity to do so yet. But
You need to reach out, yeah, for sure.
But we did a couple shows like early on.
What's his name? What's his name? Let's give him a shout out. What's his name? Do you remember? Oh no! Oh no!
I don't remember.
What?
I don't remember.
How do you forget a legend?
He is a living legend.
Damn.
Hey, the way to find out what the mystery keyboard player's name is, buy our album because it's.
Hey, there you go. Yeah. You gotta get the physical copy though,
like,
right? The physical copy.
Yeah.
I don't have the physical copy.
CDs, man. Only $10 for a CD, dude.
Yeah, but I wanted to get a shirt that night, so I got a shirt. You know, I needed to get a lip shirt.
And I'm glad you did. Actually, you know what? Because I do have a copy. I'll look it up here.
There you. I was gonna say you're in the band. You should have some laying around the house. You know what I mean? Of course, I got one copy of one that I was on a long time ago. My mom says good music. I knew she would like you guys.
Keyboardist on our debut album, Lip Service, is Daniel Lawrence.
That does not sound like a big African American name at all. It sounds like a little kid that's like in middle school.
No, Daniel was like the coolest dude, man. And it was funny. He
Big
happened
Dan.
to be in the neighborhood. He happened to be in the neighborhood because he was going to see his doctor to check his blood sugar. And
That's good.
then our producer was like, "Hey, you got like a couple hours to kill and like you play some keys."
I'm sure your blood sugar's
man,
fine.
over.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Don't worry about going.
And then he
We'll
fell-
check. We'll check it for you.
Maybe that was why he passed out. Maybe that
Well,
was
man,
why he
I
fell
mean,
asleep
it
after-
could be a number of things, you know.
But either way, he was one of the nicest dudes I've ever met. Amazingly talented, and yeah, he played on like 3 or 4 tracks on our first album. It was fantastic, awesome.
So he's on
Yeah,
others on there then. Other songs on there?
Yeah, he's on Whiskey Breath, Testify, Black Lashes, and
Is he on Loose Change?
Like
He's on Loose Change.
he's not no keys on Loose.
Oh, that's right.
Change.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, I didn't hear any of that one. That's okay. That's
And
okay.
Loose Change is one of the new ones.
Yes, it is.
We're working on our second record, LP number 2.
Nice.
So,
When does that? When do you
Yeah.
project that to come out? Is there any? Can you say yet, or is it too?
well,
Or
it's too early to tell.
I won't tell
Yeah,
anybody. I
we
mean,
have
you
a
know.
bunch- we have a bunch more songs we need to record, and we're actually thinking about possibly hooking up with Ben Hull, who you mentioned earlier.
You should.
Because we
He is the
talked to him
man.
at that show at Mr. Smalls.
Yes, he was
And,
there.
he was recommended by the guys in 3 Leagues and Drown
Yes.
Deep, and
Yes, he is very good.
and some other people we know. You know, it's crazy too. Like the Pittsburgh scene, I imagine maybe it's like this in West Virginia where you're from, but I mean, we're not even from Pittsburgh. We're like 2 hours
Yeah, you guys are up like your
east.
state college area, right?
Yeah, we're near State College. We're like 30, 40 minutes away from State
Do you
College.
know
But
where?
like
Do you know where Wollaston?
Altoona,
Have you ever heard of Wollaston?
Wallace. No, I've
Well,
never heard of that.
it's kind of a small town. My buddy Harmon, he's co-hosted several times, but he's been I met him as a guest on this show. We met on SoundCloud, well, like really early on, like
Okay.
4 or 5 years ago,
And you
and
became like
and we became buddies. I went up to visit him at his place there. We met in Pittsburgh at a show. He lived at Static X, so we met at the Static X show and hung out. And he's coming down to the concert in August for the 5-year thing, and Dream the Heavy's playing, and a bunch of bands are playing. But his band, he's got a band together, and they're going to come down and play their first show ever at that show. So that'll be. But yeah, he lives in. Well, he used to live in Wollaston, but he moved somewhere nearby there. But I can't remember the name of where he moved to. But yeah, Wollaston is like there's nothing there.
Near.
It's that area. Like I remember going. I think I might have went
Altoona,
through Altoona when I was on my way up there.
You probably did. I mean, like Altoona's like one of those like cities that's like it's kind of small and it's like right off the highway. Like the highway goes through it. So I mean, there's like stuff there, but not necessarily anything really.
Not anything good, right? Wollaston is
Well, you know what? I always say like small towns, like small areas, there's always like some really cool hidden gems. You just gotta like find them. You know what I mean?
Wollaston is
There's
on
always like some cool local stuff.
is near I-80, like up by
I-80, okay.
up by Clearfield, near there. You know where Clearfield is?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't. I'm just looking at the map here and
Clearfield's
pointing
like
out
not.
place. It looks like so.
Clearfield is like about.
I know you can't see this
Clearfield's
very
an
good,
hour
but
away from us, but we've played a bunch of times.
see if I can.
We've played in Clearfield a bunch of times.
So the red mark was shoot. Sorry, I'm trying to get away from the there.
Oh, I see it.
The red mark is Wollaston, and then
Got that
Altoona is
glare.
like down there. Yeah, so yeah, it's very hard to see
Yeah.
on there.
We played. There was one. I think it was like a St. Patrick's Day. We played a show up in Clearfield at this like really small bar.
That might be where he moved
And,
to. I can't remember.
ton of people. But what was funny was like it was like because Clearfield's like up the mountain for people who don't know. So it's
Yeah, it's
it's
getting.
mountain people. But like they were loving us. And then this girl came up and just like sat on like Dave's like drum set and was like, "Hey, play some Motley Crue."
Oh, of course. Did you?
And it was like no.
Oh, well,
I,
bummer.
that's like one genre of music I'm not. I don't.
Have you had
dabble
anybody
in.
yell
Dabble
"Freebird"
in
from the
80s
crowd
hair
yet?
metal.
I'm sure you have. Somebody has.
Oh, like about like 3,972 times.
Now, okay, so like when you guys first got together to
That's
jam,
always fun.
when you guys first got together to jam, did you play any covers at all? Like just to see how well you would do playing a cover?
Oh, yeah.
Well, like which ones?
I mean, we had. So I mean, we had like at least like 9 original songs, maybe like about 10, at least 9, and like we were focused on being an original band, but like we, like the name of the game is you got to play some covers,
Yeah.
especially when you're in a
Draw 'em in.
smaller area like yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down. You got to draw them in
Yeah.
and like tease them with it. Let me think. The first couple covers we did when we started the Jaded Lips, we did some Zeppelin. We did Whole Lot of Love, but we also did Kashmir as a trio, which was freaking sweet.
I bet you it was, yeah.
We played Billie Jean
Nice. I could see that.
by MJ.
Mm-hmm. By who?
We played.
It's like it's like Purple Rain. Like who?
We played, and sometimes we still do. We "Use Me" by Bill Withers because Mike is a huge Bill Withers fan. I mean, I'm a fan of like 70s funk too, but like that's always a good one to do because kind of like, and that's
Different.
actually like one of the times I came up with the idea of that ending for Whiskey Breath where we all trade solos,
Yeah.
because we used to do that in Use Me, and I was like, oh, this sounds really freaking dope. Like we should do part of a song where we just trade off solos and stuff.
That's awesome.
Was there anything that was just like weird, like that you were just kind of just since you're the only one on the show, you know, you can say this, you know, I mean, without any
weird covers.
Yeah, you were just kind of like, huh? Like you look at the person, you're like, why do you like that? You know? They're not on here to defend themselves, so you're allowed.
We've been known to play Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles. And whenever we first did that, I was like,
well,
what? We're like a rock band. But I take it back because sometimes it gets the ladies going, and
sometimes
okay with that.
Sometimes though, like
depends.
It does depend, yeah.
Depends how much you drink. Let's be honest.
That's true, yeah. I mean, people go crazy for the thong song if they're drunk enough, you know. Now that one,
I refuse to play the thong song.
But hey, if it gets them going, you might have to, you know.
I will say one of our, not just me, but like collectively in the band, like one of our favorite covers, which you might think is weird, is we do like a more rock version of Gin and Juice, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, okay. I've heard people do that before.
And then we throw
usually good.
But then we do like a little medley and throw in some Ice Ice Baby as well.
I'm down. I would go crazy too. Yes.
It's also one of the only times I get to sing live.
Oh hell yeah. Okay. Next time you guys play, I don't know if I can go to the actual next one, and you might not even have an opportunity to do that, but you've got to do that. You've got to do that medley for me.
You want to hear Gin and Juice and Ice Ice Baby?
Yeah. At some point, at some show, we'll plan more ahead, because I know you probably can't do that at all with this next show coming up, right?
No.
I mean, you could, but yeah, you don't want to do that.
We could, but I don't want to steal any limelight away from the Vindys. I mean, they're
right.
the headliner.
Go ahead and tell the folks about that show. Go ahead and tell them about that show and promote it.
So we are playing in Pittsburgh, South Park Township tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow, people. Yeah, Friday. June
I don't have anything going on.
Tomorrow. We play it. It's at the South Park Amphitheater.
The hell's that?
And we are opening up South Park Township, which is like
I'll look it up here.
A nice section of Pittsburgh.
They're all nice, all sections.
We're playing. Of course, but we're opening up for the Vindys. That's the main thing. And in case you don't know who the Vindys are, you absolutely need to go check them out.
Well, South Park, what's it called? Amphitheater? You say amphitheater? Is that what you said? Okay.
Yes.
All right, keep going.
Amphitheater.
Keep going. Sorry.
The Vindys are a fantastic band out of Youngstown, Ohio.
Youngstown, I like Youngstown.
For a couple of years now. Yeah. But they, fantastic band. And they just finished up their second tour, opening up for Pat Benatar.
Really?
They opened up for Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo last.
Is that the chick from the Love Shack band? Was that the chick that was in Love Shack?
No, Pat Benatar. No,
what
am
I
thinking? Benatar is.
What am I thinking of? What is that song called? I know. Damn it.
We are young, heartache to heartache. Love is a battlefield.
Keep going. I don't know what. I don't know what you're. Keep going.
Hit me with your best shot.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the one from the one I'm thinking of? The Love Shack. That's the B-52s. But who's the chick?
They're.
I can't. Never mind. Just continue. Go on.
You're talking about Kate McPherson from the B-52s?
No, I don't know who I was thinking of. I don't know who I was thinking of. Yeah, that's closer than Pittsburgh for me. That wouldn't be very far.
Youngstown?
No, that South Park place. It's only an hour and a half from here.
South Park, yeah.
I could.
Yeah, you should go, Scott.
I should try to make that. Yes. If you play Gin and Juice, I'll definitely go. I will confirm on this show if you play Gin and Juice.
Listen, I can.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't.
Play Whiskey Breath.
And Loose Change.
We'll play Loose Change.
And Testify.
and we will play Testify. And we'll also play our newest single, Dottie Dottie.
Yes, yeah. I'm surprised we're not playing that on the show. Why didn't you pick that one to feature?
Well,
you're gonna get yelled at.
Why can't you slap that one in there? Why can't you slap it in? Don't you have the technology?
I got all kinds of technology over here, but like it's like I don't want to overload it.
Dude, you said you're an Apple Music guy. Why don't you just?
I'm a recognized. I don't know something. We could do a medley.
Could. You could do a little bit.
I'm just thinking about time because we still have to do the offstage segment here in a little bit. We have to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're trying to get away from it. But we have to do it.
Technical issues.
It's.
No, I'll go.
You don't have anything going on.
Listen,
How come you guys aren't practicing tonight? You would think you would. Well, you guys don't really need to practice.
We had to practice last night because of doing this Zoom interview.
So why didn't you skip practice and just have them all be on last night? We could have done it last night. Damn it. Missed opportunity.
But listen, Greg's basement was flooded.
So it'll drain. It'll drain.
Listen, we don't want to like embarrass you with our ugly, water-soaked basement. We have just because we're from Altoona.
I can't smell it from here, so it's good. I'm fine. The very first time that I met Ben Hall in person, I went up to Greensburg to check out his studio. He had me come up and just to kind of check out things and meet and stuff. And on their street, they had just had like a water main break or something, and they had just got done, finished cleaning it up and restoring because it was mainly, it didn't flood anything, but it got into the basement, and that's where his studio is of his house. And he texted me when I was on my way up, and he was like, I'm going to tell you this ahead of time. It doesn't always smell like this in here. But he said, I've tried to mask it as much as I can with Febreze and stuff, but he was telling me about the water main. So I was like, no, that's cool. I get there and I'm like, like dry heaving, but not trying to show it kind of thing. Like it was, it was like a mix of Febreze and sewer smell. No, it was the sewer line that broke. That's what it was. It wasn't water. It was the sewer line. So the whole neighborhood smelled like that. It was disgusting. So I would have been fine with it if you guys wanted to do it. I mean, I don't have to smell it from here. So, we could have done it. But we'll have to do it. We'll have to do it soon with the rest of the guys. Yeah, I'll look and see, make sure that nothing's going on. But I definitely could try my about 60% right at this point that I could come up tomorrow.
Well, what you should do is you should go and you should live stream the show. We start at 7:30. It's going to be like the best.
Okay, so how many bands? Is it just the two bands?
It's just the two of us, just the Jaded Lips and the Vindys.
Just two of us. That'd be a good cover.
And if you haven't checked them, you should definitely check those.
I'll do that.
out.
Yeah,
They're pretty fantastic. Yeah, but yeah, and then we're playing with them again later this summer in August. We're opening up for them at a festival in Ohio, Fairport Harbor, Ohio, called Jam by the Sand.
Jam by the Sand. Is it on one of the lakes?
It's next to. It's right next to Fairport Harbor. I think that's next to.
Lake Erie?
But I'm not sure. I think
should be.
So, but
it should be. I think that's the only one that Ohio borders. I don't know. I think
it is.
I'm not a geographist. I don't know I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's a.
We're playing.
Here's a snippet of Dottie Da. Is that how you say it, or Dottie? How do you?
Dottie.
Dottie Dottie. Oh, like the lady.
Dottie.
Dottie. Hey, Dottie, get over here. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah,
All
or
right.
little kids like Dottie. Give me money now.
All right, let's listen to a snippet of this. That's hilarious. vibe of that.
Yeah.
The vibe of that
like
song
that
reminds me. It reminds me of Jet. Remember that band Jet from back in the day?
Yeah, I do.
It kind of with the I guess maybe because it has the tambourine and the drums. Maybe that's why it reminds me of that song.
Dude, I'm a sucker for some tambourine, man. I feel like
Are you?
If you ever go back and listen to like the Beatles, there's so many songs where like the tambourine is like mixed over like, one headphone.
That's
But
true.
it, like,
Yeah.
It's just so good. It adds like such a big little extra set.
And it makes you wonder, like, what would that sound like if that wasn't in there? You know, if they'd never used it.
I think the tambourine makes you want to dance.
I think
You
so.
know,
Yeah.
maybe
I mean,
it
the
makes you
vibe of the
feel-
song makes you want to dance too. Also, you know, like that's a really good. That that's I play a little bit of
right.
drums. Like I can play with some drum set, but that's one beat I can't
Right.
do. Is that whatever that beat was.
a little like shuffle beat.
Yeah, I can't. I just never could do that. I would always rush or drag or just completely just slow the sticks down. But like I'm not playing this.
I
know?
totally understand. Like I can't play drums, but the only drum beat I can play is like AC/DC drums.
Yeah, because there's nothing else. I
Snare,
mean,
kick,
there's nothing else you need to learn.
But even then, like it's really hard to keep it.
Some
going
people can't even do
for,
that. So like you're
4
you're one
minutes.
up. You know.
I try. That's just
Let's
my day job. But
let's listen to Loose Change. Let's listen to Loose Change, and then we'll do a little bit of the offstage segment. And you're gonna love it. It's hilarious. The guys are gonna watch this, and they're gonna be like, "Damn it! I wish I was on the show because offstage was
If
awesome."
anybody's watching this, you should totally go stream our music, subscribe.
Yes,
support
sure.
Lips.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
We need
get
all the help
get
we can
get one of these things too.
Get
Yeah,
some-
for sure.
Get a T-shirt. Get some stickers. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we got.
You ought to
kids
get
that
some.
use this, I mean, please.
I sent you guys a sticker mule coupon in the email, and I have these temporary tattoos that they make.
Yeah.
You guys should get temporary tattoos of their lips so people can
Also-
put them on their lips. I would so do
That's a
that.
good idea. That's a good one.
This cat. All right,
Trying to-
I'll
yeah,
pick him up in a
trying to
second.
work on maybe getting us like some. All right, let's do it.
You ready? You ready? You want to hear Loose Change?
Ready.
Are you ready?
Loose change, baby.
Are you ready? Okay.
Give
All
it.
right. The Jaded Lips from Altoona. Loose Change.
Loose change and I can't buy a thing. I'm like a songbird who never sings. Holy rollers to my left and my right, and I'm not sure I got a dog in
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's the stuff.
Thanks, man.
That's the
I'd
stuff.
say it's a bop.
Yeah, those
Got
kids.
got that stuff.
It's that they got that
Yeah,
sauce.
dude.
It's got the sauce for sure.
That special sauce.
So jaded.
Ah,
So
yeah.
jaded.
So jaded.
All right, we're gonna do some offstage shit here and see what you think about some things. These are like either or questions. There's no right answers. It's just your opinion, you know. But it kind of put yourself in the situation if you had to choose, kind of thing. If you had to choose.
Gotcha.
Let's see. What do I want
like
to start?
this.
I have
I like
several of
this.
these, so like I have to try to pick and choose. Okay. All right. Here we
Come
go.
on, man. I'm ready.
Would you rather have the ability to read minds or the ability to become invisible?
Read minds.
Why?
Oh, because it would be fascinating to know exactly the truth of what everybody's thinking.
What? Yeah, that's
I
true.
think. I
Would it
think
be annoying
it's-
though?
I
Like
think
after a
it's-
while? Like,
I mean, you spend so much of your life like wondering, like if somebody like what somebody's really thinking, like are they
yeah, but
thinking
all the
this or
time
is
though,
it the
like,
truth,
like, just say like you could hear them all the time. So like you're up on the stage trying to play, and you hear all these people's minds that are watching you all at once. It's like a big crowd talking.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
I think that'd be great.
You'd know what they really
Just,
feel
like,
about your
maybe,
music
like-
though. You know.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And then like I'd single that one dude out. I'd be like, hey buddy, like I'm gonna make you have a good time. Like you're gonna shake it to the tambourine, baby.
This would be a good question since the other guys aren't on here to defend themselves, or so we'll let you pick for them. I could change this to bass strings, but we'll just leave it with the guitar strings. So, would you rather, if you had the ability,
Okay. I play guitar too.
if you had the ability to do this to the other guys in the band, would you change all of the guitar picks to spoons, or all of the drumsticks with the those inflatable pool noodles? And force them to play it
I
for the
would
entire
change
set.
this. I feel like going with the pool noodles would be more
Yeah.
fun.
It would look amazing. Also, like can you,
It would, yeah.
you know,
The visual of that would be like amazing. Like,
and you could
maybe
toss
just,
some out in the
like,
crowd, and people can be doing it with him. Like
Yeah. And you could do like what are those things called you see like at car dealerships where like the arms are just like up in the air?
oh yeah,
You
there's
know, it'd
with
be like
those.
that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what they're
Yeah.
called. It was
It'd be like that. Just like this, just like loose change. I mean, who wouldn't love that?
Oh, that'd be
You
the
know?
shit. You guys should get one of those
That'd be perfect,
air
dude.
things that do that at one of your shows, and just set him up right there. Don't say a word about it. Just put him there. Just don't explain. Just put it there.
Just We'll put it right next to our mannequin.
Do you have a mannequin on the stage? Did I miss it? Will it be there tomorrow?
She was at the merch. She was at the merch table.
I did see it.
Anywhere we go,
I saw her. Yeah.
we
I
have a
remember.
mannequin that's called we call her Lady Lips. And
I remember her.
She's always like, yeah, I mean, she's a sexy broad.
Where does she come from?
Mike got her from like some like old. I think it was like a business was like going out and they were like getting rid of like clearance, and he picked up like a mannequin.
That's the best. Hey, they were probably just gonna throw it away anyway, so
Yeah. So like,
repurpose that shit.
Absolutely. Yeah. And she goes everywhere with us on the road.
What do you call her? What's her name?
Her name is Lady Lips.
Lady Lips.
Sometimes she's the merch girl. Sometimes for shows we put her like on stage, like right dead center, and like.
Is it a full
Yeah.
body? I can't remember. Is it a full body?
She doesn't have any arms. She's just
Well,
like head, torso, but she does have she does have panties.
and a nice set of lips on her too. I remember that.
Yes, and I think we were playing a show in Johnstown one time where like some dude slipped like a couple hundies in her panties, and I was like, free money for the band. Okay.
Oh, sure.
Hey, times are tough, man. You got to get.
I mean,
you can now.
Yeah.
Being
What-
a
what's-
struggling rock band?
In your opinion, what's the manliest thing you think you've ever done?
manliest thing I've ever done.
You think? Yeah, your opinion.
The manliest thing I'm gonna say, be open about my feelings and cry in front of my wife.
Yeah, that would be tough. Yeah, like for the first time,
Sometimes,
especially. You
yeah,
know,
like the first time, yeah,
man, how did
yeah.
it go?
Because
Did it go okay?
it was okay. It was
Yeah.
all right. I think we made out afterwards.
Well, you're still married,
So
right? So but it must have went
yeah,
okay. All right.
yeah.
Do you have any
It's
children
good.
together? Do you have
It's
any
good. It's
children
good.
yet?
Uh, uh, not together. We have three. I have three stepchildren.
Ah, how's that? Do you like them?
I, lo- I love them very much.
Sorry,
But they
I
also can
I'm the
be.
press. I
They
have
can
to
also
ask
be a little
questions
difficult.
like that. I have to ask the difficult questions, you know?
They, ups and downs, but I love them all. They're all. It's weird because like they're all uniquely really talented and great, and then they're all uniquely like a pain in the ass at the same time.
Well, I mean,
Their
and
own way.
they probably grew up also, you know, be a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Are there any
It's weird.
strange
Yeah, go ahead.
food combinations that you secretly enjoy? Like we
Oh,
had somebody that liked cottage cheese and Doritos one time. Is there anything like that that's just off that you love?
weird, weird food combo. Um, huh. I mean, okay, I am a sucker for hot sauce. I'll put hot sauce on like almost anything.
Yeah.
I
Like
also love I also love like peanut butter. Like Jif crunchy chunky peanut butter.
so it can't be
So
Peter
like
Pan.
uh, no, it's got to be Jif.
Okay.
And like I will like when it's like Christmas time or like a birthday or like Thanksgiving and there's like a pumpkin pie, I'll put like half a jar of peanut butter on top of that pumpkin pie.
Now do you ever put the hot sauce and the peanut butter together?
No, see, that's where I was going with this.
I
Is that
mean,
like I love both of those, but not together. I don't, but
you might want to try
I
that
don't
just to
know.
see. You never know. You might be
Maybe I
missing
should
out on something.
experiment.
You might be missing
I
out.
could.
I'm
I
afraid
could
you
be.
might be.
Yeah.
I think you should do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I have any like really crazy combos. I mean, like,
Yeah. But of course,
uh,
cottage cheese and Doritos don't sound bad. But I don't like cottage cheese just because the cottage cheese,
I don't like
the name cottage cheese, just that the whole name throws me
It's
off.
all
You know,
it's also a texture thing.
it is.
It's a
Yeah,
weird texture.
it's like I
It's
can't
like
eat
chunks.
mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms just because of the texture.
Whoa, pump the brakes, baby boy. I love mushrooms.
Well, plus I used
Mushrooms
to
on
work in kitchens
pizza.
too, and
Mushrooms on like an
I
omelet.
always had to do chop the mushrooms, and I hated that. I just hated doing it. It was like busy work, you know. Everybody else would be cooking and shit, and I'd be chopping mushrooms, you know. I just didn't.
Listen, man, you you fry up some mushrooms, you
No,
pour some hot sauce on that. That is
nope.
that's a good time.
Um,
That's a damn good time, let me tell you. Hot sauce and
I shouldn't.
mushrooms.
Let's
Cruising out.
let's go to some would you rather's because these are really good. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, would you rather have a tiny high pitched voice or be completely hairless? That's a tough one. Well, I mean, and you got a lot of hair too, so like you'd have to lose all that.
I'm gonna say high pitched voice
Yeah,
because I
you can't.
think if I even if I had like a weird voice like Tiny Tim, I think I'd be okay with like, having all my hair.
Can you do an impression of what
You
you
know?
would sound like?
Uh Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
And you'd have to talk like that all the time.
But then I'd have to be like Fabio and just be like, you know,
There you go. Yeah, yeah, for sure,
yeah.
definitely. Okay, this question
It's
kind of
still
ties into that one. Would you rather have to sing everything you say for the rest of your life, or only be able to communicate
no.
through interpretive dance?
I'd rather dance because I hate musicals.
And plus, you already have the high
I
pitched
only
voice. So,
the only musical I'd like is Jesus Christ Superstar.
yeah, and you gotta like that one.
And I think that might be because Jesus is played by Ian Gillan from Deep Purple. You know
Yeah.
that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. So like Deep Purple singing like Jesus Christ is like that's cool. Like
Ah,
but the
Jesus
rest of it,
Christ.
like
You know.
dude, I root for the Nazis in The Sound of Music. Like I'm like
What?
anti Von Trapp family.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
Julie Andrews. No, I'm rooting for the Nazis the whole time.
she's overrated
So
anyway.
if
All right,
my wife would kick your ass, like she
here's
loves
a,
Julie Andrews.
here's a more serious question. Would you rather know exactly when you will die or how?
I'd rather know how, because if you know when, that kind of takes away a little bit of the mystery of like,
True.
experiencing life. Because think about it, like you'd be like, I'm gonna die on Tuesday. You'd try to like, make these plans to get everything ready. But of course, things are not going to go the way you planned. You'd try to have like a romantic dinner with your wife. Spend some last times with your kids and your friends. But then like somebody would be like, "Oh, I can't make it, man. Like my boss is like making me work overtime."
And you can't do anything, Tim. You're gonna be dead anyway. So.
Exactly.
But
what are you gonna do?
if
Like, hey,
but if you knew how though, you would avoid that situation for the rest of your life, so you wouldn't die. Like you could
sure, yeah.
potentially live forever.
But the way
You know?
you could possibly be like Highlander and live forever. But the only thing would be like, if it was like you're gonna die because like a tree falls on you, you'd be like, I'm staying out of the woods.
I'm just
But
not going
then,
near
like,
trees ever again. I don't even care about the
right,
woods. I'm
but
not even
then
going to the backyard.
but then there's one time you happen to like,
You're not
be
thinking.
somewhere and
You're
there's a
not.
tree.
You're
Yeah,
wasted, and you're just not thinking.
yeah. It comes out of nowhere. Boom, splat, you're done. Yeah. I'd rather
And you're not going to know anyway. So I mean, who cares? I mean, that's what they say.
you might as well just enjoy every minute as good as you can. I mean, that's the whole point
That's
of
true.
life, right?
Live every day like it's your
Treasure-
last. You know.
Well, but make as many good memories as you can because that's all you get.
All right. I always end with this question. And everybody gets this question because it's one of those questions. You know what I mean? Would you rather have dicks for fingers or not be able to taste anything ever again? I know. You can bring this up to the band tomorrow before you guys go on stage. Do you guys do like a team?
I'd rather. This actually is not that difficult.
So
I'd rather not taste anything ever again
you don't want dicks for fingers?
because I like to use my fingers to play guitar.
Yeah.
They come in handy. I need.
Well, I mean,
them
they
to
would
be
work.
able
They
to,
would
like,
work. They're just
run,
dicks.
drive a car.
They would work. Your fingers
It
would
wouldn't
work.
be
They're
the
just
same.
they're just
It
dicks.
wouldn't be the same.
How do you know? I mean, I don't even know.
Dude, you could be holding like a pen, and maybe like that pen like arouses you, and then next thing you know, you got boner fingers, and like you can't.
And there's sauce all over the
hold
desk.
it.
There's sauce all over the desk.
And there's yeah, exactly.
Medium
Whereas
sauce.
like not being able to taste anything, like
Yeah, that's true. What'd be the
I'm
point
not
of
a
eating?
foodie. Like
What's
I
the
like
point?
I like food, but like like I don't care. Like I'm not one of those people who's gonna be like oh my pepperoni and mushroom pizza's like the mushrooms aren't sautéed.
It's a little dry. A little dry.
Like yeah,
There could be more sauce on
it's
this.
food. It tastes okay. All right, good.
I'll bring you a bottle of this tomorrow.
As long as it's not
I'll bring you this
as long
tomorrow.
as it's not cottage cheese or mayonnaise.
This is
Hook me up.
this is mule sauce.
What's that?
Mule sauce. The company Sticker Mule that makes all
Yeah.
my stuff. They make that and the stickers and stuff that I got. They make this, and you can actually buy this white label and put your own, like put your band on it, or I can put a Cute Mania Live on it and just sell it like it was made for me. They'll do that too. But if you order so much, they'll send you a bottle, or they have these little sample packets. They look like ketchup packets. But I had to look back there to see if I had an extra one because I order from them all the time. So I got all these bottles of this laying around. But it's
So wait, you can order your own hot sauce and
you
put
can order from them, and instead of them putting mule sauce on it, they'll just make the label white. They call it white label, and you just send them your logo, and they'll put your logo on it, and you can sell it as yours. But it's theirs. I mean, I'm sure it's got the the nutrition facts and with their name on it. I'm sure it does somewhere, but like, it's you can.
Sure.
It even says on this bottle, it says put your label on this hot sauce, so you can do that.
Done. I'm going to invest in some Jaded Lips hot sauce right now.
There you go. Yeah, use that coupon I sent you.
Yeah.
Use that. It's I can't remember. It's the there's 5 peppers on the side, and it's 3 out of 5 peppers hot. So it's not.
Is it mild enough for you?
I've tasted it, and it's a little bit too much bite for me, but I could tolerate it. It's tolerable for me. It's good. I mean, anybody could enjoy it. You know, it's.
I really want to find a sauce just for you, Scott. I want to find a Scott sauce.
I'll bring this up. Bring this up with me for you. You can have that on your scrambled eggs or whatever. And you can try it before you put the Jaded Lips name on. You don't want to put the Jaded Lips name on something you don't care for, right?
I want it to be Scott approved.
Well, I mean, everything from that company is Scott approved. Everything. They even make keychains. Did I give you a keychain when I came up? Keychains. Yeah.
No, I have your sticker on my guitar case. But
Hell yes.
It's like a sticker off of you. Yeah.
Well, which ones did I have? Was it this one? Was it the red one? This one?
It was the red one. Yes, that's
Okay.
what I got. Yes.
I might have some. I don't know. I'd have to look at my stuff. I might have a yellow one somewhere for you to bring up.
So what about you? Would you rather have dick fingers,
Well,
or would you rather not be able to taste?
See. As the host of the show, I don't answer the questions. You know what I mean? So I can't. I have before though, so you can go back and watch a couple shows back. It was actually the one that it was. What show was that? It was fairly recently. I'll have to let you know, I'll let you know what show it was, and I actually do answer the question. Because I get asked those questions by Mark, my buddy Mark down in Austin. I can't remember which show that was. But I'll look it up and let you know which one it is, so you don't have to search through all of them. I know it's a bunch.
Well, here's
Hey.
a question for you. Would you rather be blind or would you rather be deaf?
I hate that question.
No.
Blind, because I love music too much. I want to be able to hear music. You know.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. I mean, that's a no-brainer, really. I mean, maybe.
I think if you're a music person, that's like usually like just. Yeah.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be able to communicate either. Like I want to be able to communicate and hear what people say. I don't know. Yeah, but definitely number one for the music. You got to have that.
Absolutely.
You got to have it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll wrap it up. I'll next time you guys come on the show and the other guys are on, I'll ask some of the other ones and we'll save some of these questions because there's a lot of good ones in there. And there's a lot of questions that you guys can work together on and kind of answer as a band that are really good. Different things. So tomorrow at 7:30 it starts.
7:30.
What's it? How much is it going to?
Amphitheater.
How much is it going to set me back?
It's free, baby.
It's free. Well, then I don't know why everybody wouldn't be there. You
should bring your posse from West Virginia.
I don't have a posse though. They're a-holes.
It's because you hang out with all these musicians from Pittsburgh. That's
that and it's just I'm kind of a loner. No, I'm kidding. No,
that's cool.
I'll see what. I have a buddy that just moved back from Texas. I have a buddy that just moved back from Texas, and I might see if he doesn't work or anything. So like I'll ask him what he's up to, and maybe he'll come up with me. He would enjoy himself.
That would be awesome.
I was wanted to have him co-host with me tonight, but he had things. He's setting up his studio. He's got all kind of instruments and stuff. I'll have to do a video from there. When I might go over there tonight. Nice. I don't know. We'll see what he's up to.
Well, I hope I get to see you tomorrow, buddy. That'd be cool.
I will do my best. I will let you know. Oh wait, Harmon got back to me. He lives in Brisbane, PA. The guy that used to live in Wollaston, wherever Brisbane is.
Yeah.
You know Brisbane? Brisbane.
Driven by it. Never spent any time there, but I've driven by there before on my many journeys.
That's where he lives now. Brisbane.
Oh, interesting.
Next, is it next? No, it's not next yet. I think we still got a week. Do we? Do we? Do we? What's today? I'm looking at my calendar here, and it's just like all this
Today-
stuff. Is it the?
It's Juneteenth.
It's
19th.
Juneteenth. Damn it! How could I forget that?
Yeah, baby.
Let's see, July 2nd. So we still got another week, but July 2nd is the next show for this show. It's a band that was on. I'm going to say 2 years ago, but it's a really good friend of mine, Mark Benicosa. Black Hole Zion will be on the show, and that's going to be fun
Nice.
because they're kind of like it's kind of like industrial metal style stuff, but they've been around forever. They're actually playing Saturday up in Morgantown.
Like Skinny Puppy industrial metal.
Kind of, yeah. It's got some. But they make it their own. It's kind of like Rob Zombie-ish. Like his voice is sort of like Rob Zombie,
Okay.
sort of. But he's got his own
Nice.
thing. That's July 2nd at 7, I think. It's on the YouTube thing, and I'll announce it everywhere on Instagram and stuff. I was supposed to go, and it's still a possibility, next weekend up to Philadelphia to see a band that I've had on. I just had them on again recently, called No Trees Touch the Sky. They're really good. They're playing a show at Kung Fu Necktie. You ever heard of that place up in Philly?
No, but that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
The show's in Philly. The show's
yeah,
in
it's
Philly?
at Kung Fu Necktie is the name of the venue, and apparently it's been there for
Nice.
forever. And a bunch of bands have played there and still play there. So they're playing there next Friday. So I'm still thinking of that. I'm trying to. I got to save a little bit of funds here because I'm having that show August 2nd here in downtown Clarksburg for the 5-year anniversary, and Dream the Heavy's coming down from Pittsburgh. Reign of Z's coming down from Pittsburgh. Amplifiers are coming down from Pittsburgh. My band's playing. My buddy Bo, he's like a loop artist. He does looping, and he's got albums and albums. He's playing. My buddy Dale from Nashville is coming over. He was actually the very first guest. We graduated high school together. He was the very first guest on the show back in 2020. And Harmon's band, The Hated, are coming from State College area where you guys are. So that's
awesome.
what 7 bands, and it's free.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. And
Free.
it's
There's
free.
nothing for free nowadays.
So that's why I have to save some money because I don't want some of these people going home without anything. They got to have gas money to go home. So I'm gonna help them out with that. And we got a good sound guy. I had to kind of search for a sound guy because the venue we're playing doesn't have they don't have sound. They have a lot of like
So
cover
you gotta,
bands.
like, provide it yourself.
Yeah. So I found a guy, Chris Landecker from SMP Live is going to be putting on this, doing the production. He's got lights and he's got all kinds of stuff. So that'll be fun. August 2nd at 5.
Awesome.
Doors are at 5. Shows at 6. And it's free. Yeah, so Black Hole Zion on the 2nd. And then I don't have anything scheduled until I think the 19th, which is with a band in Germany called Lost Sanity. And then yeah, that's some other stuff later on. I'll always give the guests however much time they need at the end of the show to just tell people where they can find you. Anything you want to say to really get your name out there, and whatever you want to say. I won't interrupt you. So go.
All right. If you guys like what you hear, please, you can go stream us on Apple, Spotify, Deezer, all the streaming services, YouTube. We've got music videos. If you really want to support the band, go to our website, thejadedlips.com, buy some merch, buy some swag, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, bands in town to see where we're playing next. And if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, come out to Pittsburgh, South Park Amphitheater, where we're opening up for the Vindys, 7:30, and it's free. Free.
So you're not getting paid at all for this? Is this like a charity event?
Oh no, we get paid.
Yeah.
Well, it's the perfect deal. We're like,
yeah.
the audience doesn't have to pay anything, and
Right.
the bands do get paid.
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
They don't make them like that anymore.
Not very
no big
often.
deal.
No, not very often.
And the Vindys are a fantastic band.
Where are they
If you guys
from?
have not
Where are they
seen
from?
Or listen to the Vindys. They're from
Youngstown.
Ohio.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to look them up here in a little bit.
I highly recommend checking them out. I mean, like, hey, like whether they're just like a cool.
They should.
indie rock
Would
band,
they
you
do
know?
this show?
They're
You think?
fantastic?
You think they'd be on the show?
I don't know.
Are they
I'd have
the-
to
are
ask
they
them.
that
Maybe
kind of
you should
people?
Go yourself and find out.
Right. I mean, but like you know them
They
at
seem
least.
very, very cool.
You know them a little bit, right? You know, like of them a little bit. Like, would they?
This is our first.
Oh, you don't know them then?
This is our first time meeting them.
Okay.
I don't know. I won't know until tomorrow.
I think they'll be on the show. I can convince them. You know.
I mean, you convinced me.
Yeah,
Turned
I
the
mean,
pants off of me to get me on your
that's
show,
right.
So.
I did charm you. I was on your ass about it. Well, thanks, man, for coming on.
Thank you,
It's
Scott.
been a pleasure talking to you, and I made a new friend. I know that.
Of course.
You know,
That's right, baby.
we did have a pretty good conversation. I don't know what we talked about. We had some laughs up there at the show. You
I
know.
don't remember.
I don't
we should
remember what we
do
talked
it
about, but
sometime.
we
It was a
talked
good
about
time.
something. You know, it was fun. It was fun,
So,
and we can do it again tomorrow
it was
night.
a good time.
You know,
We should do a live stream from the show tomorrow.
I could make that work for sure.
Yeah, don't ask me because I don't know how to Zoom.
Well, I won't have to Zoom. I can live stream it to Instagram or Facebook or
Okay.
I hate Facebook though, so I probably won't. Instagram's better. Instagram's way better. It's where it's at. Even though it's the same company, you know, it doesn't really matter who you vote for, you know.
I was gonna say it's all the same now. I mean,
But
I
it's
don't
not the
know
same
what the
platform, you
difference
know. Like
is.
the platforms are just completely different. Like you can cuss on a comment on Instagram and not get flagged, but on Facebook it's like Facebook jail, you know, like suspended or whatever the fuck they say. You know,
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know.
That's a good point.
Anyway, there's a band.
Excellent.
I cannot remember where they're from. They were on a long time ago, probably 3, maybe 4 years ago. They're called I Swallow Ghosts, and I really need to go see them play. I just haven't made it. I can't remember what was going on when they were playing like Pittsburgh. But I'm thinking they're from like north of Pittsburgh somewhere, like up that, like not quite to Erie, but like that way. I'm thinking. But they're really good. Check them out. They have stuff out everywhere too. This song is called "Local Man Drinks Alone." I thought it was fitting for the end of the show tonight. But I'd love to have them on again, just to see what they're up to since it's been so long. But yeah, I will do my best. I'll do my best to come up tomorrow. I will let you know, either on text or on Instagram. I will see everybody else at this point on July 2nd at 7, I guess. I can't remember what time it starts, but with Black Hole Zion and
7:30.
I mean, I can look. I'll look real fast because I should know this. I mean, I got to be there, you know. I definitely got a show. It's at 7. Yes, 7 p.m. on July 2nd with Black Hole Zion is the next show at this point.
Awesome.
Thanks, Hunter. Have a great evening, man.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks,
if
Scott.
you got like 5 minutes, I can give you a formal goodbye after I quit the live stream. But if you have to go, I perfectly understand. But this is I Swallow Ghosts with Local Man Drinks Alone. Have a good one.
There's 37 cracks on the sidewalk from your front door to my car, and I'm just glad I'm sober enough to drive. There's saved missed calls on my cell